Good evening. My name is Kurt Lewis, Garden City Fire Rescue. This evening I'm going to go over a couple policies that departments implement. As with any policy, there are questions and comments and complaints that are valid, and we do listen to them. But you got to understand that when these policies are being implemented, a lot of times people on the floor say it's each policy is tied to somebody's name, and you can call it a Kurt policy because it's something I did in the past. Well, that's not always the case, and we've got to start understanding that this policy that we're going to talk about, first we're going to talk about social media. And social media is out there. It's used everything going on. I mean, today and what we have going on in the world, social media is the only way you're being able to stay connected among people. So it's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing from our department perspective. If you take pictures of incident scenes and things that you're not supposed to, and you release them prior to them being released to an investigation, and you just maybe shoot something over to a friend of yours of a quick picture of a fire or an incident or something that we have, and it may show some stuff in there that can hold us liable and hold you personally liable, because you're putting out somebody's information about something maybe potentially that they don't want people to know about when they've been in some horrific accident or some tragic event. And so the purpose of this policy is that we want to make sure that everybody understands that the social media policy here is for the department as well as individuals. And of course, I know some of you are thinking right now, I have freedom of speech, First Amendment, I can say and speak where I want to do. Okay, well, you do. And you can speak where you want. However, it's going to be within the guidelines of our policy. And that's got to be important. Because if you speak outside of the guidelines of this policy, we do have to enforce our disciplinary actions, and disciplinary actions will come about according to within line guidelines of our already established policy, rules and procedures for discipline. So your freedom of speech, when it comes to working, if you start tying yourself to Garden City and you start speaking, when you send out that post and stuff, people take things in social media for how you say it and how you write it, and they may misinterpret what you're saying it as to be how the fire department's speaking on something. It's very easily done. So in order to keep you from being able to just post anything, and in order to help give you guidance in social media and what's expected of the department and what our social media policy is and the city's social media policy, we have this policy that we've put in place. That's become a big thing in today's society. So making sure you understand it, it's here to protect you. Everybody does have reasonable rights to reasonable expectation to express yourself. Don't overexpress yourself when it comes to your work. Social media, when it comes to, not everybody here on work may be social media people, so not everybody may engage in you with Facebook or wherever those are. And keep in mind where you post when it comes to your social media. We also have a policy for our FMLA. Well, FMLA, that's my time. You figure I can take it off when you're sick. It's what we got to give you. Well, yes, we give you FMLA. We follow the federal guidelines for FMLA and the city guidelines and policies. We put it down in policy so you understand that there is some things that you as an individual have to do. You have to write in 30 days in advance, and that you have to understand that if you qualify for FMLA, that you can use it for serious health conditions, birth of a child or a daughter, or a placement of a foster child. You're able to use those. That's something you have to put in with HR, and that you need to be able to put in writing and request through HR. HR handles all your your FMLA leave. You want to make sure you use all your leave that you have, either all your PTO or critical care time that you have, and follow the procedures. If you need help, We're here to help you fill out SOPs for those. I want to just thank you for your time. Please make sure you review these policies in detail with your shift officers, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks.